The following is a 24 Hours podcast.
Well, then at this point, we've ended the debate period, and now each person will have a chance to make a 3-minute closing statement. We've picked the order of this completely at random, as we did throughout, and the first person is Gregor Robertson.
Thank you, and I will start by thanking all of you who have organized this from the Tyee in 24 Hours, our esteemed journalists, and all the volunteers that you roped in to make this happen, and really to thank all of you for being here. It is the most inspiring thing to be involved in this is all of you and the energy that you bring to it, and the ripples that are felt throughout the city. And so, you know, for us up here on the hot seats, it's actually energizing. We can feed off of this, and this is the energy that ultimately is going to drive a very potent, a very focused, and very successful campaign come November. So I just want to focus for a second on what happens between now and then, and that is a month of us jostling about and working with each other, exchanging ideas vigorously. June 15th, all coming out to vote, and an unprecedented number of people, and building an enormous amount of energy for Vision Vancouver. That's what we're in the middle of right now, and I think we've got to do that in the most positive and constructive way that we can to demonstrate this is how we're going to govern the city. We all want to work together, all of us. We got to show that in the way that we run this campaign and inspire the rest of the city. When we take charge of this city in November, after wiping the NPA out in the election, we have a ton of work to do. We have incredible challenges to come to grips with in this city because of the last 3 years of mismanagement, lack of compassion, and unbelievable lack of focus on what matters most to Vancouver. So we've got a lot of work to do in these years ahead, in this next term of government. And it's going to draw on all of our energy. It's going to take incredible dedication from not only all of you, but people of all cultures, people of all neighborhoods around this city, to realize that this is our moment. This is our pivotal moment, not only to demonstrate to the rest of the world what we're all about, what we represent, and what we believe in, but also to prove it to ourselves. Because we're living right now in a bipolar, very challenging situation, in a city that we want to believe in, that we love with our hearts, but we're crushed by what we've let happen here. We have to bounce out of that. We have to do that with resolve. We have to be believing in ourselves that we have the ability to do this, we have the commitment and the intention to do it, and we are fundamentally going to change this city. It'll be a city that takes care of its own. It'll be a city that is the greenest city on the planet, and a city that shows the way into the future to the other 414 cities around the world that have more than 1 million people and are facing many of the same and even worse challenges that we are. That will be our greatest opportunity to show the world how people live sustainably in urban centers, and we will be all the better for it. We'll be happy and healthy, and we'll be proud of our achievement as a city. This is our moment. Let's take it.
Okay. No. Okay. Raymond Louie.
Well, I also want to thank the Tyee in 24 Hours and our panelists, David, for this opportunity, and all of you for coming tonight and taking time out of your busy lives to take part in this debate. This shows the level of commitment that you have, and I know that there are many more out in the foyer and others that couldn't come as a result of limited space. But this is an exciting time for us. This is an opportunity for us to change the direction of our city, move it back to a more compassionate city where we all have the opportunity to succeed. We've heard a lot tonight about the various issues and the very good answers from all of us, I think, and some good comments from the gallery as well. You know, we're used to it. Oh, I'm used to it at council. We get heckled every now and then. But I think it's important that we focus on the big picture, which Gregor touched on. We have a big prize, but we have a lot of work to do. And that work starts today. It starts with all of you talking to a few more people. We've done a massive sign-up, 12,000 members. But we'll need 70, maybe 80,000 people to really win this thing outright. And if we really do want to make that change, we really want to make into reality the things that we talked about, to end homelessness, to make transportation, to reduce Irwin's rent, to make sure that Janet doesn't have property crime or any other person that raised their hands, it will take the will and the strength and the coordination of all of us. For me, I'll tell you, we've heard a lot of the answers today, but I want to tell you a little bit about me. My family came from China in the late 50s. My parents came over with nothing but their dreams and their aspirations and a lot of hard work ethic. And that's what they've instilled to me. When I was a young boy at my family bakery on Commercial Drive, this leads to the story of why I'm a penny pincher. My father told me that for every cookie that we bake, for every cookie that I pack into that little bag to sell, that represented a penny. And that's why, and he said, never break one, because that represents a lot of money for us. And it's the assembly of all those pennies. And that's what I see in this room. Each of you represents one of those pennies. And the hope and the opportunity that represents, that you represent, is what our city is waiting for. You, if we spend you wisely, and us, as your leaders, we can make a reality that the world can be very proud of. And that's what I hope to be able to say, maybe not at 2010, but in 25 years' time, that is the city that this world can look at and say, wow, they did it right. But it starts today, and we can do it this coming election in November. And thank you very much.
Vancouver.24hours.ca